Ya masu albishirin nan da aka kawo mana.
Have a good leadership.
Mahimmancin zaman lafiya.
You're welcome to today's episode of the program, Living Together Peacefully. Today we shall be looking at the role of women in the sustenance of peace among Kaduna South community, supported by USAID and NIRI. This program is coming to you live, and we have a session for phone calls where you can call to contribute or ask questions. I will not be doing it alone. I have a very able hand with me in the house who you will meet shortly. But before then, we have public views which we are going to listen to. Let's hear what they have to say about this particular topic on the role of women in the sustenance of peace. I'm Srali Musa.
So women can play major role. Use Form 1, use the Muntamata, use other women organizations to bring peace where women are failing, and they will do it. Because if there is crisis, they are the major sufferers. They suffer most because it is their husbands that are being killed, it is their children that are being killed. So when you use them, but before you use them, encourage them, empower them, give them education. Give them proper education, awareness, sensitization, skills acquisition. When you do that, they will do the job. And where we fail, they will take up. Yes, so the women will play a major role. Yes. And I don't want to cite examples of our former head of states where women gave them, supported them. I don't want you. We all know that. So I don't need to say it.
To tolerate each other. Let everybody know that we are for each other. If we are for each other, then we have a total concern for each other, and then be able to tolerate any mistake in between. If we can do this, definitely there will be peace in the community. And since we are all peace builder, but the question now is truly, how can we tolerate?
The role that women will play is that they should talk to their children. Both sides should talk to their children so that they will know the side effect of what is going on. And then women should also be prayerful because they are mothers. Because when women say something, it stands. So when the women pray together and then they talk to their children, please stay out of trouble anywhere you go. I think there will be peace in the society.
Women have been the most vulnerable and then victims of any crisis anywhere. So a woman knows what it means to be a widow. A woman has the pains of losing her children or the able-bodied children that she has, and then she lose them at crisis or wars, and then she sits back to become a widow and then try to train grandchildren at the expense of the father or her own children. So I feel a woman, especially in the southern part of Kaduna, have gone through so many trauma, and they knows what is peace and the importance of peace. So I believe women are very, very relevant in maintaining peace or bringing about peace through their own children, through their own husbands.
In fact, the role of women in southern Kaduna to sustain peace is to involve them in any meeting the state government, the local government, the community are calling, so that they will bring all their problems to the community for the development of peace in southern Kaduna.
You know, the women actually, they interact within themselves very well more than we the men. Like when you see in a setting, you find women having very close friends with their neighbors and other women around. So with that, they can be able to bring peaceful coexistence. On most occasions, you find a woman with her fellow woman interacting very well more than the men do. Because we the men, the moment we just left home in the morning, we only come back and we look at what has been done in the home.
Welcome back. Like I said earlier on, I have a very able personality with me in the house. Please meet Reverend Rose Northcott. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Well,
good afternoon.
We've had it all from the public, and let's talk about the role of women in conflict resolution and peace building as regard Kaduna South community.
The role of women.
Yes, in
the sustenance of peace,
yes,
in southern Kaduna State.
Yes.
I would like to start by saying that when we are talking of the role of women in the sustenance of peace, their role is the same everywhere in the world as in southern Kaduna State. And women are peaceful in nature. Women are great peace builders. Women are united. Women are prayerful. But the problem is that most times their roles are not recognized, or outrightly they are even denied or discouraged from playing such roles, even at the home front. There are times women want to contribute to peace and she will be told to keep quiet as she was a woman. It happens in the home. It happens in our places of worship. It happens in our traditional chieftaincy institutions. You hardly meet a woman in any palace. And if you meet a woman in any palace or in a political party, maybe she's just there as an observer, or so that it will not be said that a woman is not
present here.
It is also a woman's role is also not recognized at all levels of government. And so when you have a particular strength and you have something to do, and you are not recognized, or you are even told to keep quiet or sit down because you are a woman, you know you are limited in that regard. So I would like to start by saying that, please, women should be recognized. Their roles should be recognized. They should be given opportunities. They should be involved. The men in the homes should allow the women to play their roles, especially with their children.
Yes.
I don't have a right, for example, to command my husband, but I know I can give some wise advice, and I can influence him. I can influence my children, especially my sons. I'm making reference to the men and to the sons and to the brothers, because normally where there's breakdown of law and order, you hardly find a woman being involved. It's usually the men. And unfortunately, the people that will help to maintain the peace and to sustain it are being told, keep quiet, don't say anything. So please, we are begging that in the home, in our places of worship, and when I'm talking about women, whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are young, you are old, I'm talking about a woman. We have great strength, and we can achieve so much. So please, at home, in places of worship, political parties, chieftaincy, government, let the women be recognized. Let them be involved in the peace processes. Let them be involved in discussions. Let them be involved in decision making. But in the meanwhile, with the difficulty we are having being recognized, there's still much we can do as women,
yes, in fact,
as a mother. Because the Englishman says charity begins at home. Exactly. And I want to believe that if every mother and father have done their assignment properly in the homes, we'll have had peaceful communities. So what can I do now that I am limited? At home, I can start by parenting my children properly. Myself and my husband, my children should be able to see that I am living at peace with my husband. We are talking about the women now. I'm sure the men are also hearing that they are supposed to also contribute. If we bring up children and every day they see me fighting with my husband, I'm already instilling in them that they can grow up and be violent in school. So it starts from parenting. Apart from instilling great virtues in our children, we should teach them our faith. We claim a lot of religion in Nigeria, and like I said, Southern Kaduna or anywhere in the world, the role of women is the same. We claim a lot of religion, but a lot of us hardly take time to teach our children the real essence of that faith. If we teach them the real essence of the faith, it will contribute. Then we should pay attention to our children's education. We should ensure our children go to school. You and I all know when there's problem, when there's lack of peace, who are the people you find involved? Is it those who are in the school?
No.
Either in primary school or secondary, or your child in the university? Or is it the one at NYC? Is it the one in his office? It's those ones that did not pay attention to their education that are mostly being used. So as a mother, I should ensure I encourage my children to give attention to their academics. Apart from that, let them learn some skill. When my child is out of school, either waiting for admission or waiting to go to NYC or waiting to be employed, let them have something useful they are doing. Then they will not be available.
Yeah. In fact, apart from a woman being an influencer, and also she has the strength to appeal to the children about situation, I think the woman also has this intuition to foresee a degenerating community. For example, a woman can see that if you take this path, it will not be good at the end of the road. And so the issue of, and that should be a plus for the woman, and that also the community should recognize, especially a place where you said the traditional community also are not recognizing the voice of the woman. I think the community should understand that the intuition of a woman is very, very high and very sound, and it doesn't fail. So the community should give her a space to talk, and the government as a whole should give her a space to talk. Because by the time, if a husband listens, let's come down to the home front, if a husband listens to his wife, you find out that he hardly feels, because she has a very good intuition to foresee whatever it is that will come along. Don't you think that is actually a plus? I mean, my opinion, I think is a plus for the woman and a plus for the community and also for the government if she's fully involved in decision making.
Yeah, I very much agree with you. It is a plus to the woman. In addition to what you've said, in intuition and in sensitivity, children are ranked first. Children are the most intuitive, the most sensitive. Then the woman and the men come following after. I'm not talking about women. I'm not a feminist. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those who believe what a man can do, a woman can do better. My own belief is that a man can be his best and a woman can also be her best.
Exactly.
That's my own belief. So when we are talking about women, what can we do without men? We are not against our men, so that
I actually have a belief that feminism is weakness. Me, I think feminism is actually weakness.
So that is actually
you know your
plus,
capacity.
And it takes me back again to what I am saying. Part of the reason why we are not able to sustain peace is because we are not raising peaceful children. And we don't give our children a voice. When your child wants to speak to you and you are hardly having time for him as a mother or as a father, they go to the streets and meet their friends. And so when trouble comes, they are available. So the children should be given a voice, and the woman also, they are intuitive. But like we said, the man will feel I'm the man of the house. If I follow my wife's advice, it may mean weakness, but actually it is strength. For those who are honest, they will know that many times when they listen to of course, that does not mean we are in control. You don't control, and it does not mean the man should relinquish his responsibilities, but the women have a voice, and the children have a voice. And the intuitiveness, the sense, what you call it, that being sensitive, is a strength in women, and it should not be looked upon as if the women are contending position with the men. They are only contributing. The men are building place, all are building peace. All we are saying is that we can do it together. Together we can do better, men and women, and the children also.
In fact, coming down to the community where our emphasis is, if you look at it very well, the woman has emotional strength, like emotional influence on both the children and also her fellow women, because we have a unifying power. We have always saying, okay, women, let's come together. Let's have a goal about this. Let's have a goal about peace, sustaining, peaceful coexistence, because we have great influence on the children, like you said, which is very true. Our unifying power also should be able to give us another plus for the community to recognize our strength. If you can put women together and say, okay, we want this community to have a peaceful coexistence. You in this house, take control of your children. If a child in this particular house has the tendency to invite conflict or bring conflict into the community, a woman can tell the other woman that, look, you have a role to play here. You should take care of your child because you have a great influence on him or her. So I think that power of unity is enough for the community to give us a recognizing space, like women, have this unit, take care of this place, or do this. We are giving you this strength because we know with you with us, the issue of peaceful coexistence that we are thriving at will come to play. What's your take on that?
Yes, for what you said, and one of the people that spoke before we came on air on the public opinion, he was talking about the power of unity among women.
Yeah.
And with that, with women coming together, I want to solicit that women should be sensitized.
Okay.
A lot of women, you and I know of these strengths, but a lot of women are just strong and they are not even aware of that.
Yeah.
So let women be told, you have great strength. There's so much you can do in the sustenance of peace. That's number one. Number two, let women be empowered.
Exactly.
Through seminars, through trainings, let them be empowered. Let them also be empowered even economically, financially. Because some of this lack of peace we experience, most of the time, it stems from shortage of resources.
Yeah.
So when the women are sensitized, they are empowered, mentally, and they are also empowered economically, and they are able to support their children and support their husbands. Like you said, they have this power of unity. When we empower them, we encourage them to form cooperative societies. We encourage them to do things together.
Exactly.
And they are able to contribute to help their children and help their husbands.
Yes.
It will help in the sustenance of peace.
Yes.
Those men will not be available as available hands for whatever comes up.
Yeah, and the issue of, you were talking about capacity building. I also want to believe that the idle man, like they say, is the devil's workshop.
Yes.
If a woman doesn't have anything in her hands, she will not be able to understand the inner potential and power she has in her. But if she's busy doing a very important thing, like busy training, busy building her capacity, busy making income for the house and all that, she has a way of strategizing and realizing that, look, okay, this is a worrisome issue we have when it comes to peace. I should be able to contribute. So another emphasis that we need to lay on is the issue of capacity building. The woman should not be like it's all about stay-at-home thing. She should have something to do. Even while you are at home, you should have something to do. So the community should recognize the fact that there should be forum for the woman to build her capacity, to build her potentials, to be adventurous, so that she will not be idle. Because if she's idle, she will not get to realize that this child is going to this direction, or there is a problem that is about to erupt, that I need to say something. I need to also talk to my husband, since they are men and there is in the, Hemo's affair where he will contribute to the government. He is the one there. So she needs to talk to him. So capacity building will take away that idle man thing from the woman. What do you think?
Yes, like I said earlier, we as women will train our children, influence them positively, influence our husbands positively.
Let me tell the public that our lines are open. The phone can start coming in. We have our numbers on our screen so that the audience can call us in case they have contributions or questions to ask. So please, you can go ahead and call. The lines are there.
Yes. When you are talking of building the capacity of the woman and for her to be allowed to be involved in the marketplace, I'm absolutely for that. But with a clause.
Okay.
There should be a balance. In my belief and opinion, the absence of both father and mother from the home regularly is contributing to the breakdown of peace.
Okay.
In southern Kaduna State and every other place. So women should be involved, yes, but that should not be at the detriment of her family. It shouldn't be that she will not be there for her husband, she should not be there for her children.
Exactly.
But women should be allowed.
Okay,
women should be allowed.
Hello? Oh, network. The call is not coming in. I think there's a network problem. Let's continue.
Okay. So women should be allowed to be involved.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, sir. My name is Prince. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Pico Road.
Okay.
I appreciate the speech of the madam, the girl. It's a good mother. Let her keep it up. And God will help us to build our house. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you. So he's appreciating you.
Okay. So let there be a balance. If the father is off and the mother is off, then nobody is checking the children. Nobody is checking if they went to school or not.
We have another call.
Okay.
Hello? Hello, your name? Well, I think there's a network problem. Okay, ma'am.
So, there are things we
We're
can
having
do.
obstructions like that.
Yes, no,
Yes,
it's
necessary.
okay. There are things we can do at home without being away most of the times from home.
Okay.
Which, whatever the woman is doing, let it be such that will allow her time to. In fact, we are talking about women, we are also talking about the men.
Another call. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear.
I'm calling from KADUNA. My name is Master Daniel.
Thank you very
Good
much.
afternoon.
Okay. We are listening to you.
I like the program. It's about the women program. It's about the woman program that you people discussing. It's very, very good. It's very interesting.
Thank you.
But a woman that don't have money to start business and is a widow, how she do it?
Okay. Thank you very much. Our guest will answer that.
That is what we are talking about, empowerment, that the people should be empowered. And
Just
this,
keep that question. Another guest
Okay.
coming. Yes. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good afternoon.
I am very happy for the topic you people are treating in the studio.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I pray that I have enough money. I will pay for a ticket to stand as the governor flag bearer of one party in Kaduna State.
Thank you very much, sir.
And the topic says we should live together in peace. How can we live together in peace when they treat some like animals, some like human? We cannot be able to live in peace. We should agree that we are one. Treat everybody equally. If you give to Mr. A, give to Mr. B. But the way we are seeing the situation in the country, they are treating some like animals. It is not good. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So let's start with the woman that talked about widowhood and
Okay.
capacity building, ma'am.
yes, if she listened, we may not be able to spell out everything one by one, but when we talk about women being sensitized and being empowered, I'm sure we covered that. We mentioned that. We gave attention to that.
Yes.
So, and this empowerment, if I have a relative that is in need,
Yes.
I can contribute. I don't have to wait for the government.
Yes.
The places of worship should do. The community, the circus palace or emir or whatever leader we have,
Yes.
they can decide to say, okay, we have these women that are in need. Their husbands are not here.
Yes.
We men and other women, what
have
can we
another
do
call coming.
to support them? So we do that. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, continue.
Yes. The places of worship
Yes.
can also do that to help the widows. But in life, in this life, everybody must tell himself and herself that my life is solely my responsibility and God. So I should not blame anybody and say because this person did not help me in this way, that is why I am not able
shifting
to
of blame.
catch up. Yes. So we encourage people to help widows and others that are in need.
Okay.
But we all should learn to take responsibility and also do what we can do.
Okay. And the last caller talked about equality in
Yes,
treatment.
Yes. Unfortunately, that happens even in the house.
Okay.
I am one of the mothers that I have 3 children. I don't have a favorite. And I don't compare my children. I don't say, because you didn't pass your exams, you are not a good child. No.
Yes.
So, let there be equality of treatment, like I said, at all levels, from the house to the places of worship, to our political parties, to the government at all levels. Let's ensure that we give every person their right.
Hello? Good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you're calling from? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Reduce the...
What if you don't have a parent and you are mature parent that doesn't have time for you? How can you do? I'm 18 years old, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Did you hear that?
Who doesn't have time for him?
He doesn't have parents and he's 18. What will you do?
If you don't have a parent, we have in, I know about the church, and I believe it happens in the mosques too. Belong to a community. If you are in the church, you will have a father and a mother to take care of you. Yes.
Hello.
Hello? Are you through with the equality treatment before the boys talk?
Yes, I've mentioned that.
Okay, so
that we are to ensure right from parenting, it still goes
down
back to the home.
Exactly.
Charity begins at home.
At home, yeah.
Let us not differentiate among our children. Some of us outrightly show our children that I prefer this. Some of us even open our mouths to say. That's where war starts.
And conflict starts from that.
Yes. So your child grows up with anger and trying to prove that I'm also good enough.
And takes that to the community.
So let us try to show equality. We are human beings. It's only God that is the most excellent judge, but we can try.
Then your advice for the 18-year-old child?
The 18-year-old, I was saying he should belong to some good communities. There are groups that he can belong to. In the communities, there are youth groups. And I know in communities, the African culture is difficult for somebody to really be alone. But the only thing is, like I said, a lot of us don't, even those of us parents that are alive, we hardly have time for our children. We don't give them.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. I think it's the network.
So that boy, the real problem is not the absence of father and mother. Even we fathers and mothers that are around, let's talk with our children.
Exactly.
They don't have to feel lost. And if they belong to a church or a mosque, let the senior people talk with them and advise them. In the community, the Meangwa, the Serki, the...
Okay, ma. Hello? Hello? I think it's a network thing.
So, whatever is the contribution
from the
of the woman in sustenance of peace, it's also the contribution of the men, it's also the contribution of the children. For example, this young man that says he's 18 years old, and he does not have a father and a mother.
So you're obviously making
That's
him vulnerable.
the beginning of possible violence and lack of peace. So the women, we talk about women coming together to form groups.
Yes, let's take this.
We should look out for such young people.
Okay.
And bring them close to us.
Yes.
Speak with them. If they have a need, if where we can support them to school, let's support them.
So the issue of women coming together comes to play.
Even if we don't have school fees to pay, at least I can give that boy a meal.
Yeah.
I can listen to him. I can invite him to my living room and say, come with me today.
Yes.
And I speak with him. How are you doing?
Exactly.
How are things? How is school? We all need a listening ear, and that's why you have friends. I have friends.
Yes.
There are times you just want to just be talking like radio. Whether they can solve your solution or not, let's just download.
Just talk, yes, it
so
helps.
that it will go off. So please, it takes us back to let us listen to our children. Let us not just talk to them.
Yes.
Let's talk with them. Because sometimes we just, you do this, you've done this, you've not done this. Let them speak out.
Yes, and I think this issue of this thing that we have in us, this thing about love, women has the strength and the capacity to spread love. Talking about this 18-year-old boy, if a woman, like you say, come and have lunch with me, he will feel loved. And then he will have the enablement to talk to you about whatever it is he's going through. And the community, coming down to the community with the issue of love, if the community can also recognize that power in a woman. And you know, love has the way of diluting conflict, whether it's present or it's about to come or is generating. The power of love that comes from the woman has the capacity to generate that and has the capacity to also control that. So it's like a resolution. Don't you think so?
It is. You are very right. People may think I'm just a family woman. But if we had peace, you are at peace, I'm at peace. There's peace in my home. There's peace in the next home. There's peace in this church, in that mosque. Then we have a community at peace.
Exactly.
So, let us do whatever we can do to allow women a chance.
Exactly.
In the church. In our palaces with our chiefs, let's invite women to the discussions. For example, if this...
You'll continue with that now.
For example, if that young man is in my community, and I have access to the Sarki or Me Angwa or whoever, it doesn't have to be just me as a woman. They may even attach him to somebody they believe is responsible. There are a lot of people who are well-to-do and they are looking for avenues to put out. They don't just want to throw their wealth anyhow, but when they see a good need, they will be able to reach out. So maybe you people should arrange another program.
Continue with that.
Maybe you people should look at how to encourage that. How we should strengthen community ties and family ties. Parents going closer to their children. Children in the community that whose parents are not alive.
Yeah, let's take this. Hello? Hello?
So, I believe if we put into place some of these things we are talking about, we'll have we'll have better peace.
Calls keep coming in. Hello? Hello? I think it's a network thing. And another thing I want to put more such light on. If a woman, like we've been talking about over and over, and I believe it cannot be overemphasized, the strength of a woman in the home front. And we can't overflog the issue of her capacity to keep the home front, her capacity to generate peace in her home front can also be used in the community. Like, for example, if there is a community meeting and they say elders of the community should come and let's talk about how to take the community to another level. The position of a woman in that meeting will bring about like a headway development beyond what the community can imagine. Controlling a home is a whole community on its own. Just the husband alone is a whole community on its own, because it's a whole project. I mean, it's a whole project that is a work in progress project that has no stop. If a woman has a control over that, even has a very old age, she still has the power to do that. Why shouldn't the community, still we cannot emphasize that, give the woman a place to talk? Because she can do it. She has the strength, she has the power, she has the idea, she has the capacity, she has everything to put a lot of things in place. When men sit, most of the time when there is one or two issues, I'm not blaming them for anything, it's easy for them to bring up conflicts than for a woman. But with her there, she'll be able to say, okay, can we look at it from this direction? Can we look at it from this perspective? You find out that everything will just be solved.
You are very right. We still go back to the plea that our traditional leaders should include women.
Yes.
Going back to history.
We'll go back on that. We have double call. Let me pick this. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir. We can hear you. Wow, we missed both calls.
Going back to history, I read in a community, there was one time there was a very big war.
Okay.
It actually happened. There was a very big war. And the man that caused the problem ran into a city. You know, we had city walls.
Okay.
He ran into the city, they shut the gate. And the army against them was obviously greater and stronger.
Okay.
And they went to bring down the city. And it is written that there was a wise woman in that city, and she came close to the city wall and spoke to the commander and said, "Is that true?"
That history. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from. We can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Can you reduce the volume of your television? I think they allow the TV to be on.
So the commander said, "Yes. Why do you want to pull down this city?" He said, "It's just one man we are looking for."
Okay.
And it is written that that woman went and met all the elders of the city and said, "Why do we allow our city to be brought down?" And they went and got that man, cut his head, and threw it to the advancing army.
Wow. Okay.
And they turned back. So, we can never underestimate
the power of a
it's
woman.
just we are just sounding like a broken record, saying the same thing.
Yes, over and over.
and
It's
over
all about the power and the
and
strength
over.
in the woman. Yes.
We are begging for the government, Kaduna State government,
Yes.
to involve us more.
Yes.
Not just when everything is said and done, they said, you join. No. We want to be involved
From
the beginning.
Yes.
We want to be involved in the discussions. We want to be involved in the decisions.
Yeah.
We want to...
In the structuring.
In the
entirely.
structuring,
Yeah.
we want to be involved. And also with a word of caution to us, the women,
Yes.
we should not insist that one day we are taking over. No. We are not saying the men are not doing well. We are just saying that the women can contribute. And if we work together, it will do better. So we also, we should learn the power of restraint and wisdom,
Yeah.
and working under authority with the men, under the leadership of the men, because okay.
Hello? Hello, we can hear you.
Seem to be having
Network problem, and then they don't know what the voice of their television.
okay. So let us be given opportunities.
Yes.
Let us be given opportunities. I knew of a family.
Okay.
If the wife was trying to correct the son, the husband will tell the boy not to obey
His mother.
And unfortunately, he died and left her with the boy.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Are you with me?
Yes. Yes, we are with you.
What they will call it? They are disturbing the program. Let them be on television before they call you.
Did you hear that? You were saying something.
Yes. So let's do all we can do as a woman. Let's be more united. We are already united.
Yeah.
And when we have opportunity, we come together.
Yes.
Let
Maybe
us
it's the
also
same man
pray.
that is insisting to get the course. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, my name is Benjamin from Kaduna.
Okay.
Yeah, Benjamin from Kaduna.
Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't want to I still living together in peaceful. And hello?
Yes? Still talking about living together peacefully. So, you're talking about the woman, like if a word of caution, if a woman is given an opportunity to be involved in decision making, let it not get into her and want to take over the whole thing.
Yes.
Let her understand her place,
Yes.
and let her understand that she's there to give advice, to give contribution that will make a headway for whatever decision that is being made, and for the foundation of whatever structure is being placed in that decision making. Let it be strong because of her presence.
Yes,
Okay.
not only advice, she can actually steer the process. She can
Okay.
be given the opportunity,
That's
and
a different dimension too.
that's why I am saying when she has that opportunity,
Yes.
she should not try to now make the men feel threatened.
Okay.
It's not just advice. The woman can steer the process.
Yeah.
She can steer the process.
Okay.
So
that she can take a lead.
yes,
That's
she can
okay.
take a lead
Sure.
if she's allowed. She can do it.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Yeah, she can.
she can do that. So let's be given the opportunity. Like I said, we are sounding like a broken record. Let's be given the opportunity. Let us train up our children. Let's pay attention to their academic education. Let's encourage them to learn a skill. And very important, let's get our children to be involved in what we are doing. A lot of us go to work and we let our children sleep at home watching television from morning to night. A lot of us are involved in businesses and we do not encourage our children to be involved in the businesses with us.
Peter, let's
We
pick this
think,
last call.
okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
We think we are loving our children by giving them everything they ask for at any time they ask for. There are times, there are some things our children would want. We will deliberately delay it.
Delay it, yes.
Because we, the parents,
Let
do
me pick
not
this call.
always.
Will not always be there. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon there, we can hear you.
What's happening to the calls?
I think it's the network.
So like I was saying, we the parents did not always get it when we wanted.
Yes.
Sometimes we had to wait. So there are things that are necessities that we have to do it for the children immediately, and other times we have to delay to let them learn the virtue that in life sometimes you need to wait. Because sometimes children are involved in some vices that disturb peace because they are not patient. They want something and they want it at that time, so they do things they are not supposed to do.
Yeah.
So if you are involved in a business as a mother, let your children get involved in the business with you. Don't say only the females should do this or only the males should do this. Male and female should be involved. And what use is it if you have a business and you succeed so much at it and none of your children knows the details of the business and can be able to continue when you are not there?
In fact, you said something about giving the child whatever he wants. We can also see conflicts from there. For example, if your child wants this, you give him or her. She wants this, you give him or her. The next time you don't give the child that, it becomes a problem. And the child does not have this capacity, emotional capacity to understand that there are moments when there is nothing. There are moments when those things are not available. And you are not always there anyway. So when you're not there, what happens?
Yes.
The child decides to create devices where he will get that thing. It can be through any means. It can be through stealing or whatever. And that is also conflict on its own, because when you steal and you are being beaten, your group will want to fight the other group that beat you up. So we have to start from there. And I think that's a very good one there. Continue.
Yes.
You were saying something else.
Yes, so we should do that. Let our children get involved with us.
Yes.
Like I tell my children in the house, whatever a woman does, a man should also do.
Yes.
So everybody cooks, everybody does everything.
Which is
People
a
may
good
not
one.
agree with me, but
And
I believe
think you're right.
that's a step towards
Yes.
solving some of the problems
Yes.
in our community.
Yes,
now that I'm getting everybody involved, nobody will now tell my daughters that you cannot be this or you cannot do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the man will now go and say, you are a woman, so you cannot do this.
Exactly. And on a lighter note, actually, the man might find himself in a position where there's nobody to cook. So you have to do the cooking for yourself.
Yes.
On this note, we'll round up this program because time is choking us. We wish we could go on and on. Our calls are coming in and there's really nothing we can do about it. But we have another session in Hausa tomorrow. Hook up and in case you can speak outside, you contribute and ask questions you are not able to ask today. On behalf of myself and the crew members and our wonderful guests, we want to say thank you very much for staying with us and see you tomorrow on the Hausa version. Thank you
for having me.
You're welcome.